and gentlemen, welcome to the Comedy Village. It's showtime. Thank you so much for coming to the Comedy Village, Times Square's new home for comedy. We'd like you to sit back, relax, have a few drinks, and laugh your butts off. Couple of quick announcements. Please be kind enough to put your cell phones on vibrate. There is absolutely no filming of the comedians. And please keep your chatter at the table to a minimum. Coming to the stage is your host for the whole evening. She's a very funny and talented comedian. You might have seen her in the New York Comedy Festival. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Paula Neo.
It's Friday night, people. Come on, let me hear you make some noise. There we go. That's what I like to hear, guys. We're for such a good show tonight. We got some comedians that you may have seen on TV. Yeah. Some comedians that ride for TV. Ooh. And even some comedians that own a TV, okay? I'll let you guess which one I am. I'll be your host. I'll tell you guys quickly about myself, right? My name is Paula, and I'm a little bit of a dreamer. Or as some people call an immigrant, yeah. Isn't it funny that they call us dreamers? Because like with all this immigration stuff, the best thing I do is sleep. Yeah, I don't even dream anymore. Honestly, I go to bed, it's a lot more like... Still here. Woo! That was a close one. I know you're wondering what type of immigrant is she. I know I have a face that is called ethnically ambiguous, or as my agents like to tell me that. Which is a nice way of saying, hey Paolo, we don't know if you're Latina or Arabic. These eyebrows are confusing. I can't blame them, right? These babies are beautiful, okay? My threading lady, she killed it, okay? She killed it. I am Peruvian though, so I am Latina. Do we know anything about Peru? Make some noise if you know more than 2 things about Peru. Alright, cool. You, sir, what do you know about Peru?
I know about Machu Picchu.
Yeah, he knows Machu Picchu. Good. Second thing? Lomo Saltado. He knows how to eat. Y'all clap it up for him. He did it. Yeah. Amazing, amazing. If you don't know anything about Peru, it does seem to be a few of you. You can go home later and watch a really good documentary. It's incredibly informative. It's called The Emperor's New Groove. Yeah. Fun fact, that was actually Disney's first Latino movie ever. Oh. Which means there was no Latinos in the movie. Yeah. The other film was David Spade. It does not get more white than that. Alright, people? And then there's a short king of Michigan. And if you don't know what this movie is, it's like a film about a talking llama that runs up the entire country. Wouldn't that be sick? Right? Picture, okay, a present you could ride. There we go. Some people in the back are not impressed with it. They're like, we had Clinton. Okay. Do we have any people visiting from outside of America here tonight? Only these two, apparently. I love this. You guys are brave. Where are you guys visiting from? Germany. Oh, hallo, wie geht's? Oh, sehr gut, sehr gut. I know everybody else is freaked out. They're like a Latina that speaks German. She's a spy. Yes, I know. But you'll never know. Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. Germany. Where in Germany? Hamburg. Oh, home of the burger. Yes. We love your work. It's delicious. I love double hamburg. That's my favorite. That's awesome. No, yeah, I am Peruvian. My parents are Peruvian, but I was born in Canada and I lived in Switzerland for 7 years. So, like, obviously, I'm in therapy. My parents wanted a better life. I'm kidding though. I love growing up with a dishwasher. My mom hates it when I call her that, though. So. Yeah. You guys are cool. I got married last year. Thank you. But my husband proposed to me after we got married, which is a lot like tries a condom after he came. Yeah, we just scoop up the remains right here. It's like the same thing. Except I can wear it to work, so that's nice. Yeah, before he gave me this beautiful ring, I did just kind of walk around with like the plain silver wedding band, you know, like the plain silver band. All my friends started to notice it. They were like, oh my gosh, is that a purity ring? Is that a purity ring? Is that a purity ring? And I was like, I don't know what that is because I'm not a loser. I'm a whore. Turns out you can't make that my wife. You guys are cool, yes. Do you have any married people in the house? Make some noise for your love. Yes, amazing, amazing. Okay. Is this your husband? I'm playing behind you, don't worry. Nice. Husband, there you go, amazing. Okay, your husband, beautiful. I love it, amazing. Brown love, fuck yeah. Keep populating, baby. Those babies are gonna eat so good. It's amazing. Any other people in love? Any other married people? Married people right here? Married people right here? There you go. Good job, Germany. They married there too. I like that. Yeah. Amazing, amazing. Hello, beautiful young woman here in the front. Is there someone that sits with you? No. Oh my gosh. Do we have any single? What is your sexual preference? Male. Okay. Do we have any single men? Okay, we're pointing to a single man over there. Is that your mom? Is that your mom? Oh, okay. Run! Okay, run! No, her mom is a man. Okay, cool. I love this. Who is the woman waving your arm around next to you? Cousin. Okay, they fucked. Yes. She's like, I gotta get rid of the evidence, you know? Can't keep meeting like this at the reunion. I got my green card 3 weeks ago. Thank you. Too bad it means nothing now. I know. Got it right on time. I do kind of feel like I am on the dating apps for the first time because of this, because I just feel like customs are just swiping our faces however they feel like it. You know, they're like, I don't know about her. Let's keep this one. She looks like fun. Paola? I don't know. She does look like she'd make a mean muffin. With those eyebrows. They're so dark. There could be cocaine in there. Bye-bye. Like, that's how I feel like it would go, you know? I have to say, but I will say, I was still happy that I got it right, because it was really expensive. I did post about it online, because I am Gen Z, and that's how we celebrate. And a lot of people started to reach out to me personally. They were like, you put so much time into this. This is long deserved. You finally got it. And I was like, yeah. I guess I did seduce a white boy from Long Island 7.5 years ago. I invested. Yeah. You know what they say about long-term investments? Okay, they age well. My white boy, guys, he speaks Spanish now. Where's my tax break? I think this white boy has skill. Now he's got Spanish on his resume. He's going to make even more money than me. He's going to buy me a house. They say, little man, you want ladies, and over here, baby, they're just going, Spanish. Okay, only 2 people been to Build-A-Bear. That's okay. For those of you that haven't been, basically it's like a place where you make a bear. When you're stuffing it, you put things into the bear you want it to have. You know, like love, friendship, or a father. Are we on TikTok? Anybody on TikTok? Yeah? Okay, mentally ill in that corner. Okay, cool. Yeah. You ladies, you guys on TikTok? No? Okay, you're healthy. I like this. Okay, because y'all look young. Are you guys Gen Z? Amazing. Okay, cool. I'm not going to ask how old you are. We're having a night on the town. I like this. Amazing. Oh, you guys, what do? Do you have a job? Not currently. Okay, yeah. Use that unemployment, baby. Yeah. Fucking get your lemon drops. Yes. I love it. They're delicious, you know. No, yeah. A lot of people, have you seen the trend though online about the bear versus the man in the woods? Yes, the bear versus, okay, some of you don't know, basically there's a trend online asking ladies, would you rather be alone in the woods with a bear or a man? A bear or a man, right? And we ladies, we tend to pick the bear, right? Because that's his home. The woods, you know. But if I saw a man there alone, I get the same uneasy feeling if I saw a man alone in Forever 21. This is suspicious. And there's like a whole rules to this type of situation, right? With the whole woods thing, you know? Like if it's brown, lay down. If it's black, fight back. If it's white, good night, because you're dead. And then with the bears. You guys ready to have a good night? Amazing, guys. You guys see an awesome crowd. Awesome. This is how it's going to work, guys. I'm bringing out some amazing comics, and this is how it's going to work. The more energy you give them, the more you're going to get back. Are we going to have a good night? Amazing, guys. Your next comedian, you've seen her on Funny Women of a Certain Age that just got re-released on Comedy Dynamics. Why don't you make it nice and loud for Carol Montgomery, everybody?
Okay, how about this? I don't live in a big city. Okay, the reason I'm asking is I live here in New York City, but I live in one of these old apartment buildings that was built like in the 30s. So when the heat is on, it's on. You understand what I'm saying? So the heat is on. The heat is on now. It's fucking June, and the heat's 8,000 degrees in my apartment. So I figured it was cooler today. I opened up the window, right, to get cold, right? And then it got too cold. So then I closed the window. Then it got too hot. And then I opened the window. And then it got too cold. And then I realized something. My apartment's going through menopause. I will be talking a lot about aging because I recently turned 67. Thank you. And all the younger women are looking to go, wow, your skin looks amazing. What's the secret, right? There's got to be, like, what kind of lotion are you using? Semen. That's what I'm using. Seriously. And as much as you can. But young semen, not old semen. Because old semen is dry, you have to add water. It's a whole thing. You don't want to do it. And I feel like it's my mission to show everybody, because 67 is old. I know that it's fucking old. But there's some kind of stupid myth now that when you turn 65, right, you're a senior citizen, right? That means you're feeble and you're frail and you can't do anything. Listen, I'm incontinent, not incompetent. For the people who don't know what incontinent means, I am peeing right now. I just want you to know that. So everyone's happy. Okay. You know how you don't? When you're older, they tell you what they tell you to do. They tell you to do your Kegels. Do you know about the Kegel muscles? See, the women are all squeezing them right now, aren't you? Oh, you're all fucking squeezing. For the people who don't know, the Kegel muscles are the muscles of the pelvic wall. Okay, and when you have a baby, you're supposed to do your Kegels, right? To keep them up there. I was told that when I had my son many years ago. He didn't tell me how to do them the rest of my life. Do you know what happens when you turn 67 and you don't do your Kegels? Yeah, things start to fall out of your fucking vagina. I found a watch in an old map of LA. But it's bad now, it's bad. Seriously, I have things holding it up now. If I took anything out that I have up there, I have a fucking tripod, is what I'm saying, people. And not like a dick, because some of the guys, is it big? Is it big? Okay. I mentioned my son. I have a 33-year-old son, and his older brother, my husband. Who has kids? Who has adult kids? Who has adult kids? Okay, I'll talk to you. How old are your children?
28 and 25.
Oh, wow, nice. Are they out of the house?
They are.
Really? Give them a hand. That's great. Yes. Right? You're laughing. But you probably still live at home, right? What? You're still in school in high school? College. You're still, yes, you're still in school, but you'll be going right the fuck home as soon as you graduate. So your kids are a little bit younger than mine, but because my son, like I said, is 33 years old. He's a millennial, and they're the worst. I'm sorry if you're in your 30s. No, my son, he has left and come back so many. He left, he came back. He left, he came back. I moved, he found me. You understand? And he was getting. I was like, I said, honey, you have to stop living here. Just listen, for the young ladies, you have to know something about men. Every man in this room wants to go back to their original home. Do you understand? Finally, I just said, this is a studio. You need a one-bedroom. Move the fuck out. Okay, so. Are you close with your kids? Yeah. My son tells me everything. Like, too much, everything. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, so he decides this is years ago when he was like 19 years old, he decides to lose his virginity. So who does he come to? Mom, of course, right? So I say to him, I thought a very good mom thing, I said, use protection. So my son says, what happens if my girlfriend says she's on the pill? I said, that could be Prozac and not trust that little bitch. So I say to my husband, go get your son some condoms. Now, any reasonable man in here would buy their son a 3-pack, possibly a 6-pack. My husband bought him a box of 40 fucking condoms. He went to Costco. Well, Kirkland makes an amazing condom. I never knew that. I bought him a case of Gatorade because I didn't want him to get dehydrated. So, and you know how my son told me? You would have thought, like we're close, he would have told me. He texted me. This is how I hear. This is how I hear. This is the text. I'm a man now. So I texted him back. That's great, honey. I'm gonna go fuck daddy. Love you. Eggplant emoji. So like I said, he moved out, came back about time. When he first moved out, he moved back like 3 months later. And I said, why'd you move out in the first place? He said, Mom, I was worried. I was starting to date. I was worried that if I had a girl over, you'd walk in on us. And I was like, that's horrible. I would never do something like that. But then he moved back home. He brought home a girl, and I had to because he challenged me. Oh, yeah. It was a Saturday night, right? Yeah, and the girl lived in Brooklyn, and the trains weren't running because, that's where all the fucking millennials live in goddamn Brooklyn. So I say to her, listen, it's late, stay over, we'll see you tomorrow, I'll make you some breakfast. And then I waited. I waited 2 hours. Oh, yeah. Then I just burst into his room, you're doing it all wrong, lift her up! And then he moved to Los Angeles, so who's smart? Yes, I did. Who said I played the long game? And we're still very close. Like, he took me out to dinner recently. He said, Mom, I have some news for you. And I was like, oh, good. Maybe he's going to get engaged, right? Do you know what he told me? He said he doesn't want children. I know. I'm Jewish. The only reason I had a child was to have fucking grandchildren. So I'm taking him to court. It's like so funny because I mentioned the whole thing about birth control and everything because I don't have to, there's dust there now. So where are my youngins? Who's using birth control? Okay, did the Pope just walk into the room? Nobody's using birth control? Anybody having sex? Oh, wow! IUD. See, who said IUD? That terrifies me. I mean, because it's a different type of IUD than it was 20 years ago when it first came out. Because with all of the internet, I'd be so terrified I'd be fucking and pick up Spotify. That's... Here's where I'm going to date myself. I used to use a thing called the diaphragm. Does anyone remember the diaphragm? Yes. Look at the young people are like, is that like a BlackBerry? Are there apps on the diaphragm? Can I get to Facebook on the diaphragm? No, just MySpace. Here's what the diaphragm is. A round rubber device, one put inside her, acts as like a force field for sperm if there's any Trekkies in the room. Oh, who am I kidding? Trekkies don't get laid. But it's very big, and the place you need is very small, so to get it inside you kind of have to know origami. Right? So follow me here. You got one leg on the tub. You're trying to do this origami shit. By the time you have to get it inside you, you don't have to fuck anymore. You've been playing with yourself for 40 minutes. Yeah, you literally walk out of the bedroom. I'm good, honey. I'm going to bed. Here's a magazine. But they still have the diaphragm. It's an actual thing. But, like, it's so old, I think they should retire it. Put it somewhere nice, like the Smithsonian. Right? Think about it. Next time you're in D.C., you walk into the Smithsonian. Oh, look, ancient feminist artifact. Oh, look, right next to the hairy vagina. What is happening with you girls down there? Who's still shaving? Is that still a thing? Thank you for, look at the rest of the women, I don't know what she's talking about. Nobody else is shaving but this young lady here. My husband once asked me to shave it into a little heart for Valentine's Day. I know. I was like, tie your dick into a square knot first. How about that? And now they're doing the other side. Oh my God, did you even know we had hair there? No! What is wrong with you? Is anyone doing that? The other side? Who said yes? Where are you? Back there? Why? Nobody should be looking in your asshole. I feel like it's a PSA. Now, I will tell you this quickly and then I gotta go. I have never looked, let's say, in my husband's asshole. You know why? Because you shouldn't! But I was working recently in the Poconos. In the Poconos, they have hotels with mirrors on the ceiling. So we go out after my head, I do the show, we go back to we start fooling around, and I happen to look up at the mirror. And I was like, honey, there's a chia pet coming out of your ass, okay? That's my time. Have a great weekend, folks. Enjoy New York City.
Keep it going for Carol, everybody! Amazing! This hour makes one feel good. This hour makes one feel good. Yeah, guys, that's what I like to hear. Listen, your next comic, you can catch him on Gutfeld tonight, later, okay? So I'll make it nice and loud for a very good friend, Adam Hunter, everybody!
What's up, people? Thank you guys for coming. Hope you're having a good time in New York. My name is Adam Hunter. I used to be a sex addict, so I checked myself into a marriage. My wife and I got in an argument. She's like, you never opened doors for me. So I did while I was driving. My wife wanted to go camping, so I took her to Columbia University. Because of the protesters. Thank you, people. They actually locked a janitor in the closet. And when they opened it up, Diddy was there. Thank you. They took Diddy's music off Peloton, which I think is a mistake. Because if anyone could inspire women to run faster. Thank you. This half of the room right here. A beautiful couple with glasses. Where do you guys meet? Lens crafters? You're the hottest girl ever. What's going on? Did your Tinder date not show up or something? Because I'm here, all right? I know we have two miserable women. How's it going? Nice to see you. Have a good time. You're also beautiful Asian. I love Asian women. That's why I hang out at traffic school. Bad joke. Listen, fuckers. I will explain everything to everybody. My wife, the first time slept in my place, she threw away all my sheets. And I'm like, why? She's like, I'm not sleeping in the same place you banged other women. Yeah, I was like, well, you're going to buy me a new car, too. I'm a dryer. Get a new cousin. Oh, really? That's the one, huh? That's the one. And Harry Potter's getting a hand job right now. How's it going? My wife texted me. She's like, I thought about you today while I used my vibrator. And I'm like, really? Why? She's like, it stopped working. She's like, you never do what I want to do. I'm like, all right, tomorrow night we'll stay home and complain about me. We recently moved, and you can find all the sexual predators live in a certain area if you move there. So you put our current residents, there's 147 sexual predators in a 1 block radius. I was like, baby, we gotta leave this church. We have 2 lesbians here, right? No, just have the haircuts? Okay, that's awesome. I love lesbians. Lesbians make the best fighters because they make the tightest fists. Because they fist each other. Listen, fuckers, you know that. You know that 75% of lesbian marriages end in divorce because even women can't live with women. All right, next joke. Okay, well, you guys know I like the joke. My daughter wanted to watch Veggie Tales. I put her in a Joe Biden speech. Because he's the vegetable. Okay, so I knew Trump was going to win. As soon as Trump got shot, I'm like, he's winning this. Because he handled getting shot. Like, he got shot and Joe Biden fell in. When he got shot, my first thought was, fucking Alec Baldwin. The whole thing with Israel and Iran, Trump was like, we might get involved in 2 weeks. I'm like, what kind of a fucking weird-ass countdown? He's like, yeah, July 4th weekend. It's going to be the best fireworks show ever. Crazy. I do have a little daughter. It didn't happen on purpose. We had this app that told you when to pull out, and I didn't update it. Are you guys having fun? I feel like you guys are hostages or something. Everything like that? Are you Amber and she's alert? You're just tired? Oh, thank you for being so. That's the sweetest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. But when I'm tired, I still have to fuck my wife. So fucking cheer up, okay? So, are you having fun? What's going on here? What is it?
I'm on a self-date.
You're in a self-date. Fuck yeah. Can you send me a video of a self-date afterwards? Yeah, when a girl's on a self-date, it's hot. But if the guy was here by himself, he'd be a fucking rapist. Okay, so that's good. Good for you. You deserve a self-date. Okay, yeah. Okay. And you guys having fun? You guys, I'll do some jokes for you guys. B34. What did you guys read? The Last Supper? Don't worry, they can't hear me. What was I talking about? Me and my daughter are very close. She's like, Daddy, I want to marry you. I'm like, honey, you can't marry me. And she's like, why? And my wife's like, you'll be disappointed. My little 6-year-old. I gave her a timeout the other day. She was being misbehaving. I gave her a timeout. She goes to her room for 5 minutes. She comes out. She goes, have you learned your lesson? I'm like, yeah, I should have wore a condom. Thank you. Thank you. How did you get here? Is this your Make-A-Wish? Fucking nice shot. You just come from the German forest? You know, you just... My daughter will not go to bed. I'm like, Violet, time for bedtime. She's like, plot twist, I'm not tired. I was like, plot twist, Santa Claus isn't real. She's like, plot twist, neither are mom's orgasms. I try and make my wife come. Like, how can I make you come? She's like, alcohol helps. I'm like, fine. So I got drunk. Actually found my wife on Tinder, which sucks, we're already married. Thank you. Some people like, what, if you're leaving, is your hour up? Where are you from, Sarah? You look like you're from Europe or something, right?
Dallas, Texas.
Oh, close. Okay, that's... You know those shorts come in medium. I can see your ball sack from here. Your balls are not on a self-date. I'm looking right at me. Dated a Russian girl, didn't work out, she kept invading my space. Oh, really? Okay, so listen. My daughter's birthday came and my wife's like, we should have a party. I'm like, okay. She goes, I need a budget of $5,000. I'm like, what? It's like, there has to be a theme. I'm like, it'll be poverty. I got invited to a gender reveal party, which is strange. The person was 40. It's crazy that Algerian boxer who they said was a dude and it was a girl. Anyway, she tested positive for XY chromosome. So now they're making it so you have to prove you're a female now. So they're going to make women take a parallel park. What was that? You must be a man then, because you can pack. These are jokes, not riddles, okay? If you are a man, that's cool. You can't tell anymore, all right? Fuck it, right? As long as you're happy, right? All right. I got a COVID test off Temu, said I was pregnant. I watched so much porn during the pandemic, I flattened the curve to my penis. I got an email from Pornhub asking me if I consider finding Jesus. I was like, what category is he in? They said bondage. Thank you. I think I nailed that joke. If you don't like it, come back in 3 days. It's just a crazy world, people. That's all I'm trying to say, you know. My wife likes when I talk dirty in bed and I suck. I just complain about things that bother me. I'm like, oh, you're a bad girl. You don't let me hang out with my friends. Take that dick. It's like you take all the pillows. You are so tight, just not with your spending habits. She wanted to role play. I'm like, all right, you be a girl who lost her voice. That's horrible. Thank you. I appreciate that. You can't laugh and then say that's horrible. Pick a side, people. Pick a side. My wife loves the Kardashians. Started watching with her, and Kris Jenner was trying to teach Kim how to keep a man. I'm like, that's not the person you want to go to. She couldn't even keep a man a man. Caitlyn Jenner was in Israel last week, and she was trapped in Israel, and thank God she got out because she's lost enough body parts. That family kept trying to top. Kim's like, I'm making a sex tape. And Chloe's like, well, I'm dating Lamar. Kim's like, well, I'm dating Kanye. And the father was like, fuck it, I'm a woman. That's an Olympian move right there, right? People are like, she's a hero. I'm like, a hero. Superman and Batman are heroes. She's an X-Men. Or a Transformer. A Decepticon. Went to a rap concert. This guy thought I was an undercover cop. I'm like, I'm not a cop. Look, I have drugs. And it turns out he was a cop. Where are you going for your shit? What the fuck? There's so many hot chicks here, right? Alright, people, before I dismount, you ever hate someone so much you still fuck them because you're married? Oh, that's the one you laughed at. Fucking thank you. You found your sweet spot, right? Sweet and sour. Because she's Asian. Alright, listen, fuckers. I took off my girl one time, and she's like, we can make out, but nothing below the waist. I took off my clothes, did a handstand. Well, listen, people, if you're on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, hot single chicks by themselves at comedyclubs.com, make sure you add me at Adam Comedian. And make sure when I post, put like a frowny emoji so I know it's you too, okay? Thank you guys so much.
Big dick energy? Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, Germany. Germany's packet. Nice. Well, people like to tell me that I have tall person energy. Yeah, I'm 5'1", like a presence on a horse, you know? It's like a really nice way of saying, hey, you take up a lot of space with such little surface area. How does she? My husband, though, he's 6'1", which makes him a whole roller stick taller than me. And, you know, my parents used to say I love climbing trees as a kid, so... And he's like the bonsai tree, and I'm like the gecko that sticks in like. You ready for more show? That's what I like to hear, guys. You're next to you see it on Fox, so keep it going nice and loud for Joe DeVito, everybody!
See, that's what I like, a comic who leaves the mic at the appropriate height for me. That's what I enjoy. To see you guys. A lot of Caitlyn Jenner jokes there, right? To be honest with you guys, I think she's had some work done. It's good to see you. Good to be back in New York. You guys, if you're here for the rain yesterday. New York City, one of the rare places that's dirtier after it rains. Don't wash anything away. It just freshens up the filth. It's a great town. I tell you, sometimes I'm on the subway, I start thinking, maybe I should pee too. Am I too good? I don't know if there's any New Yorkers in the room here, but if you've ever brought a bicycle onto the subway, a heartfelt fuck you. What kind of a dick move? You can't take one form of transportation onto another form of transportation. attitude. Like, yeah, I know this crosstown bus is crowded. Mind if I get my kayak in here? You guys cool with that? Position. Yeah, so good to see you guys. I got some money problems going on. I do. I just got a bill in the mail that said final notice. Yeah, so that's a relief. Took them long enough to get the hint. Tell me, you can keep wasting postage all you want. I've moved on. Getting older, guys. I'm in my 50s now, and it's I get these weird reminders of it. Oh, thank you for those weird. I don't know who those are. Those actual sounds, or is my hearing? Not just a message, just voice in my head saying, "Keep going, keep going." Here's what I've learned. I've learned that when you're in your 50s and someone says you look good for your age, they're not saying you look good. What they're saying is, you don't look as bad as I was expecting. When I get these weird reminders, I change my attitude. I was talking to a friend of mine. She was telling me she's going to a sex party in Brooklyn. And all I could think was, you know what the parking is like there? There'd be me in the middle of an orgy asking, like, what does that sign mean, though? Do you know what that sign means? Is that overnight? Is that overnight? Yeah, I'm falling apart. I had to get a hip replacement. Yeah, I know. You look at me saying, not you. Not you. You look so young and fit and handsome. Too handsome for a new hip. No, I had to go in because my leg was bothering me for like 2 years, and since I'm a man, I decided to ignore it until the point where I was just dragging my leg behind. My friends were like, "Is this a character you're working on?" I'm like, "What are you doing?" It was so bad I went to urgent care, and fun fact, they don't care. There's not really a sense of urgency at urgent care either. You can walk in with a javelin in your chest, and they'll be like, "What brings you in here today?" I don't know, shortness of breath. Have you ever been to an urgent care? Yes, and what? Can you even tell us what horrible thing brought you in there? A fever. So you must have been near death's door to go to urgent care. Because urgent care, the whole time you're there, you're looking around like, is this even a real business? You lean on the wall and it falls over. It's like, is this a set for a porno movie? What am I doing in here? Go to urgent care in the morning, you go by at night, there's a for lease sign in the window. They've completely packed up. They're like the spirit Halloween of healthcare. So random people keep coming in asking me questions. They don't tell me who they are. The guy comes in with a clipboard. He's wearing Crocs and shorts. Asking me medical questions. And the worst part was after every question he'd go, "But I'm no doctor." Who are you? Finally, I go to the orthopedist, and he does the x-rays, and he comes out, and he says, you have no cartilage left in your hip, none. And by the way, the people who are over 50 will know this term. Young people get used to hearing things like bone on bone. Yeah, which is a good name for gay porno. But a horrible name for a diagnosis. Bone on bone. We don't even know how you drag yourself in here. He said, "You have no cartilage." And I thought, oh, well, my reckless youth has finally caught up with me. All the wrestling and the weightlifting and the Brazilian jiu-jitsu I did for 2 weeks back in 2005. And he said, "No, you just have a birth defect." Yeah, exactly. I don't even get a cool story. He said, "You have congenital dysplasia." And I thought, dysplasia? Yeah, a term I'd only heard before for old dogs. I've never heard it another for a human. People are like, "Champ's got dysplasia," and then some German shepherd with his ass in a cart wheels himself in the road. Oh my God, I think you gotta let Champ go. And I even said to the doctor, "Dysplasia, like an old dog?" And no hesitation, he said, "Yes." Yes. Like if my copay didn't clear, they were going to put me down. So I had to schedule the surgery, and the surgery's not, the worst part was, before the surgery, they asked you if you have everything you need at home for your recovery. It's just a list of the most depressing products. And the doctor goes through, "Mr. DeVito, do you have your walker? Do you have your cane? Do you have your gripper for when you drop your cane? Do you have the second gripper for when you drop the first gripper? You have about 24 grippers as you're gripping and dropping things around the house. Do you have your toilet seat razor? Do you have your bed rail? So he goes through this whole list, and then he has the nerve to say to me, oh, by the way, after the surgery, try not to have sex for about 2 months. Oh, I'll see what I can do. No, what woman am I bringing into this medical supply warehouse? Now, what am I going to do, grab her tits with my grippers? But I'll see what I can do. I told him I think no sex for 2 months after the surgery will not be a problem. No sex for the 2 months before is a piece of cake. I'm going to knock that out of the park. I told him, why don't you make it 6 months? You know who you're dealing with here. A little bit of a dry spell, even if you call it that, right? I have a lady friend I'm meeting up with. We meet up once a year. People are like, is that enough? I'm like, it's almost too much. Sometimes like anal sex, I like annual sex. Once a year. I have sex and I know it's time to get my registration renewed. I tell you what, I do miss the cane now that I'm getting around all right, because the cane was cool, because once I got well enough to travel and I had to go back on the road, when you have the cane, you can board early. It's awesome. I'm telling you, you just walk into the airport, you're like, cane! And they say, go right ahead. I'm telling you, when you leave here, go to CVS, buy a cane. Because they can't ask, it's a HIPAA violation. Look, you best $32 you've ever spent, it's better than TSA pre. They can't say shit. You walk in, you're like, cane. They're like, all right, go, get over there. So I got the cane, but I was afraid that I thought I was going to get in trouble, that they were going to call me out. And I'm a terrible actor. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set the cane on its lowest height, so I look extra pathetic when I'm boarding. So I'm just kind of hunched over, like, yeah. And then I realized I'm 5'6". It was already at the lowest height. It was the only lower option is that I boarded with a candy cane, just coming in like, happy holidays. So I go up to the gate, and I'm like, cane, and I'm like, all right. So first, they haven't even claimed the plane yet. I'm standing like, this is great. But then some woman with a real disability, she tried to cut in front of me, and I blocked her. I blocked her with the cane. I was like, bop, bop, bop. And then the cane, fuck off, lady, bop, bop, bop. I guess if she had a cane, we would have had to duel it out. She didn't have a cane. She had all kinds of tubes and tanks. It's like she was a mess, but yeah. She had a cane. She was behind. I could tell she was pissed because I heard her behind like. I said, too bad, bitch. Right? Well, it's not that bad. You should have filled that tank with helium. And a cane! A cane! Laziness, guys. Laziness. Yeah, like I mentioned, I'm not in a relationship. I'm a single guy. Single, and I'm 56, which means I'm ready to cut a deal. Maybe you have a mentally ill sister-in-law you're trying to shove off on someone. Take a look. You know, whenever I say that, men laugh and women go, what about Carol? You know, they're trying to pawn off some mentally ill friend. Ooh, the single guy, Carol's due for release for a few weeks. Range on the rental on it. Not just me though. A lot of tough times for single people. I was reading a study. It said Americans are having less sex than ever before. It said especially men aged 18 to 35. And they said they think it might be because the women that age are having sex with older men instead of them. Right? And as an older man, I just like to say, don't look at me. I'm not causing supply chain issues out there. Right? You're a 26-year-old guy who's wondering where all the women are. It's not because me and my buddies rolled up outside the club in the minivan with the windows rolled down, cranking an audiobook. Hop in, girls, as read by the author, Malcolm Gladwell. What do you say? I've done all kinds of dating. I've done interracial dating. I black girlfriend, and you know what they say: once you go black, you never go back. Well, she told me to go back. I just wish she'd been honest about the break. Oh, she said she doesn't date whites after Labor Day. What kind of reaction? I used to get all kinds of pressure from my family to settle down, because I never had any kids, you know. No, I'd like to have kids one day, but just for the one day, because they're very annoying. I remember one time I went to visit my parents. As soon as I walked through the door, my mother and father screaming at me, "Joseph, you need a plan! You don't have any children. Who's going to take care of you when you get old?" And that's when it hit me. They think I'm going to take care of them. I need a plan. I did plan ahead. I prepared in my own way. I did. I froze my sperm years ago. Yeah, and everyone said I was crazy because I didn't go to, like, a place. Let me tell you, that joke was so good, that couple stopped making out. So that's really something for you guys. All right, thank you very much. My name's Joe Keep
it going for Josie Leo, everybody! Amazing. Guys, you're next to you. You've seen her on the Late Show with Stephen Colbert, so make it nice and loud. Give her a warm welcome to Ariel Alliance, everybody!
Thank you guys so much for coming out and coming to a comedy show. It's very nice of you to do. I'm feeling, just so you know where I'm at right now, I'm feeling like deeply insecure about my body today. I don't know, like I think I look good for somebody who had a kid 6 months ago, but that somebody is not me. It's just the scale I want to be graded on. I have to decide soon if I'm going to have a kid. Like, I'm running out of time. Like, pretty soon it's not going to be my decision anymore to have a kid. Because here's where I'm at age-wise, is I have noticed that when I'm with my parents, I, like, make a point of drinking alcohol in front of them. Otherwise, they think I'm pregnant. We went to my cousin's wedding like 2 weeks ago, and I just didn't feel like drinking, and my mom clocked it so fast. Because they came around and they were like, "Champagne?" And I was like, "No, thanks, I'm good." And then my mom goes, "So? Is there something you want to tell me?" And I was like, "Oh, she knows I'm on mushrooms." She always knows. I don't know. I live in New York, so that's like a big part of what's holding me back from having kids, right? My apartment is not set up for kids. It's not really set up for people, actually. The mice are doing well. The mice are thriving. Has anybody here ever dealt with a mouse problem before? Does anybody have advice for me? I mean, it can be unhinged. One time somebody told me I should get a snake, and I was like, wait, my nipples are not already pierced. I'm not getting a snake. So it can be something like that. And he goes, okay, I'm trying to figure out what to do. I don't know what to do. Somebody else told me I should get a cat. I'm like, I'm not gonna get a cat. I'm not a cat person, and I know that's shocking because of this blouse. Like, I'm not. Let me tell you something. I say that line every night at every show. And I'm wearing something different every night at every show. And it works. No, I think I'm not going to get a cat because I'm not like a confident enough person to have a cat. I'm not confident. I don't want to be rejected in my own home. Like, I'm not getting a cat. Cats treat you like they are the hottest girl at the bar. It's last call and you're all that's left. They do. That's what they do. They ignore you all night, and you try everything you can, and they ignore. And then finally, if you're lucky, they'll like walk by you and be like, "Okay, you can touch me, but not on the stomach." That's hot girl shit. You get it. You've done that. I saw a poster for a lost cat And I was like, I think it's just a cat that's moved on. Every cat is like, it's not me, it's you. Now, I tried for the mice, I tried getting traps for them, and I didn't know, I put cheese in the traps, because I was raised on Disney. Like, I didn't know that's like a stereotype, you know. And I put good cheese in there, because that's how I want to go. And if you gave me a full wheel of brie tonight, you could snap my neck tomorrow. And then somebody was like, no, you gotta put peanut butter. They like peanut butter. So I was putting peanut butter, but then I had to stop because I was like, what if they have an allergy? I'm from Kentucky originally. Is anybody here from Kentucky? No, that feels right. Is anybody blue a little? Okay. If you've never, I love being from Kentucky. It's a beautiful place. That's what happens when nobody lives in a place. It's very beautiful there. We have little like historical sites in Kentucky, right? We have Abraham Lincoln's birthplace is in Kentucky. You can go and visit the log cabin that he was born in. They turned it into a museum. I don't remember this billboard ever being there though. I drove by it not too long ago, and they have a new billboard outside of Abraham Lincoln's birthplace, and the billboard says, Abraham Lincoln never had the opportunity to get vaccinated, but you do. I drove by that and I was like, what? Why did we put that here? I'm pro-vaccine. I'm not one of those comedians. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not that. I just think Abraham Lincoln is like the wrong messenger. Right? That's the one guy who famously died of a shot. It's not too soon. It's not too soon. It's officially, we're about to have our second civil war. We can tell that Abraham Lincoln assassination jokes. It's time. Officially time. No, I love a vaccine. I'm Jewish, so like my immune system will take all the help it can get. I love a vaccine. People are anti-vaccine now. It's like weird that that's like controversial, right? It's weird that that's become that. People think it causes autism because autism numbers are on the rise, but we've always had autism. And I know that because we've been reading Amelia Bedelia since the 60s. Right? That was just a series of books about an autistic woman trying to make it in a neurotypical world. Amelia Bedelia used to be how we tested kids for autism. Right now we have real tests. Back in the day, they would just read the class Amelia Bedelia and then be like, who doesn't get why this is funny? And then you didn't see that kid again until high school. Somebody else weird for being Jewish? Yeah, okay. A lot of it. On Shabbat. Wow. Rude. Have you guys heard this phrase, we listen and we don't judge? Okay, I keep hearing it. As a Jewish woman, I have never related to a phrase less in my life than we listen and we don't judge. Like, not only am I judging, I'm not really listening. I'm married, so it's fine that I don't listen anymore. I'm married. My husband and I, we've been together for a long time. We're out of things to talk about at this point. I don't know if it's why I'm here. I don't know. Tell me if you guys do this too. My husband and I, we've been doing this thing where we're trying to spice things up, and so we've been making up scenarios a little bit. And then we ask each other, would you stay with me in that scenario? Does anybody do that? Do it. It's like a hot way to get into a fight. One night, my husband and I were going back and forth with different things, and then my husband hit me with this. My husband asked me, would I stay with him if he realized he was trans? And immediately I was like, yes, of course, which surprised him. So then I had to explain that first, he's more than just a body to me. Right? He's a whole human being. I love him for who he is. Divorce is expensive. And second, I had to explain to him that my least favorite thing about him is that he's a man. I'm straight, I'm attracted to men, but I'm not happy about that. That's not a choice. It's not a choice to be straight. I love my husband very much, and I know I love him because I married him, even though I know it's what J.D. Vance wants. That's what I know. But it's not fun to be attracted to men. It's not a fun thing. I don't know how to explain it to you. The best way I can explain it is I really like watching those pimple popping videos. I know, my husband was like, why do you watch those? And I was like, oh, the same reason I like having sex with men. It's objectively disgusting, but there's something very satisfying about it. I don't know. You know what's nice is you guys were more divided on the pimple popping part than the trans part, and that's progress. That's beautiful. No, sometimes people get uptight when I start talking about trans stuff. I think it's like, if you're mad about trans people, I have this theory that it's always just people who tried to give themselves nicknames and were mad it didn't stick. Those are the people who get mad at trans people, right? It's always some guy who's like, how could Brian be Brenda? And it's like, okay, well, you tried to get people to call you Haas for 7 years. No, you know what it comes down to is like, I think like a lot of the conflict around trans stuff is we get hung up on these definitions, right? We disagree on how you define a man or a woman. And where I just think it's okay that we all have different definitions. I think we don't have to agree. If you define a man based on like what's in between their legs, I think that's fine. It's just not how I define a man, right? I define a man as somebody who does something where then you're like, hey, why would you ever think to do that? Like, what was the thought process behind the actions you just took? Right? An example? Sure. Last week, our dog threw up on the carpet, and then my husband cleaned it up using a dustpan and brush. And I thought about that every single day this week. I know that's something only a man would do because the way you guys just reacted. The women are laughing, and the men are looking at me like, I don't get it. The men are like, it sounds like he helps clean. I don't understand the issue. No, like that's a real thing that happened, but I will say I'm not an easy person to be married to. Like my husband deserves a lot of credit for putting up with the things that I throw at him, right? I'm a very insecure person and he has to put up with that all the time. Like I got food poisoning once and my first thought when I got food poisoning was, I can't wait to weigh myself. It's awful, right? It's like a terrible, toxic thought. 3 pounds. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Keep it going for Ariel, everybody! Amazing, guys. Let's keep this party rolling. Your next week, he's a club regular, so give him all your love and keep it going for Brian Boucher, everybody!
Keep it going for power, everybody. We got a good crowd here. We got a lot of cool people in the show, a lot of cool people in the room, all right? I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm not one of the cool people, okay? That's not me making fun of myself. Look at me. I'm a very boring-looking white guy, all right? I look like when I knock on doors, I go... And then when they answer the door, I look like I go, hi. And then when I'm done with that, I look like I go, have you read the Book of Mormon? Like, I don't know, look, all right? Catch me on Broadway down the street, okay? That is my look. That's my vibe. This is my voice. Okay? This is real. I know. It's high. It's nasally. No woman has ever been like, I just want a guy that sounds like my mom imitating my dad. Never, okay? You know what's upsetting there? My impression of a woman there is deeper than my actual voice. That is upsetting, okay? I don't like the way I sound, but I think there's ways to put a positive spin on it, right? Like, I think I sound like Jewish SpongeBob, you know? That's fun. That's a fun idea. Just imagine, I'm ready to go to temple. Like, that's pretty good, you know? Rabbi makes a joke, I'm in the back like, you know. All right, this side of the room, Gentile. All of you. Not one laugh this whole time. And none of you watched Nickelodeon growing up. Not one of you. This side of the room, these are my people, all right? Okay, I just awakened a beast. I didn't realize. Oh, God. You were a hot crowd. I knew you were like a hot crowd. Like fucking the sun. Like, all right.
No, I love you guys. If you appreciate what I do for you, you should Venmo me $50 after the show. You can do that. That's cool. I'm trying to be cool, though. I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying to be more interesting, you know? Like, I think I can. I think I can do cool stuff, you know? Like, dude stuff. I want to hang out with dudes, you know? Like, I want to hang out with guys that call their friends their boys. You know what I mean? That's what I want. I want dudes that are like, I got so many boys, bro. Come check it out. We're going to hang out. I'm going to call my boys, and then my boys, they're going to call their boys. And then their boys are going to call more boys, and then we're going to go out for dinner. We're going to get Chef Boy RD. A lot of boys. I got so many boys. I'm like, we get it. You are a pedophile. I get it, okay? I understand you got a lot of boys, and you know you can get them at a moment's notice, okay? I do dude stuff, though. I do. I've been playing pool recently. We play pool in here, fellas? That is the enthusiasm pool deserves. That's good. I like that. Pool truly is the Denny's of sports. You just kind of wander into it. You're like, all right, sure, I can move a stick, you know? I like pool, though. That's a fun game. I like it, because every rule of pool feels like it was written by a guy that was losing at pool, doesn't it? Just staving off the inevitable loss, right? Like, what's the rule at the end of the game? You get down to the 8 ball, the last ball. You have to call your shot. You have to pick which pocket you're going to hit the 8 ball down, right? Whoever came up with that rule, they were getting their ass kicked at pool. Because that's how dudes work, all right? That's a dude game. That's a game for the boys, all right? If the guy who was winning came up with that rule, it wouldn't have been you have to call your shot. It would have been, hey, dude, if I call my shot, I get to fuck your girlfriend. That's what it would have been, all right? All right. The boys are with me a little bit on that one. A little bit. So we're going to work on you guys a little bit. We're going to get it, okay? Listen, I get it. So this is a less rowdy crowd over here. I can appeal to you guys. I understand. I'm a very adorable looking boy. I got Marine Bear energy, okay? Put me in a suit. Give me a pillow with rings on it. Every grandma within 6 miles is going to be like, that is a handsome young man. All of them. Look at this shit. I mean, I got these bulbous cheeks. I got this Fox News hair. It is a look, all right? I got Sean Hannity's face shape and Tucker Carlson hair swoop. It's a rough look, all right? If I told you I was Sean Hannity's kid, you'd believe me, all right? I look like I got generational wealth I'm a little ashamed of, you know? But the amount of that I don't still take the money, you know what I mean? I need that condo in Florida, you know? Okay. Alright, well that explains a lot, actually. That explains a lot. That is some Florida energy right there, okay? No, I connect with you guys, I do, because I'm originally from Long Island, okay? Or as I like to call it, Florida with a boner. That is what I like to call it. Because if you look on a map, Florida, you'll notice Long Island tilts up, and then Florida tilts down, right? And then also, a lot of Long Islanders, they like to get old and move to Florida, okay? So if you think of it that way, Florida is just Long Island with erectile dysfunction. If you think of it that way. I don't know what you said, but it's fine. Now, here's the thing, guys. You need to understand, that is a dick joke and also a geography joke. That is very good value, okay? We love a good 2 for 1, all right? This is why I use Head and Shoulders. It's my favorite shampoo. We got some boys here. We know we have some boys that use some Head and Shoulders, all right? And then their girlfriends are like, why? And you're like, because it's economical. It's why. Like, I know. I ran out of Head and Shoulders, though. I ran out of Head and Shoulders the other day. Yeah, I ran out of Head and Shoulders. Now all I have is knees and toes, knees and toes. Yeah. Can you see how much I hate that joke? Can you see how much I hate that? It hurts to do that joke, but it works, so I have to. This is my cross to bear. I must. It's fine. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I do cool stuff, though. I'm a cool guy. I think I'm a cool little man. All right. Not to brag, guys, but like I fuck. Okay. I don't appreciate the laughter there. I don't appreciate that. That's a little condescending at that point. I feel like a child presenting my macaroni art to you. Like, yeah, good job, Brian. You're slamming dick everywhere. I'm gonna put your dick pic right on the wall. Like, you don't need to do that. I do. I just, you know, I have a different strategy. You know, like lots of dudes think they gotta be jacked, they gotta be bald, they gotta be like, I'll make the ladies wet. I'm like, well, I make the ladies feel safe. That's more important, you know. Like, that's much easier, you know? I have different types of people, right? Like, okay, let me explain. One of my favorite qualities in a woman is eczema, okay? Yeah, hear me out. We got any eczemamies in the room, first of all? Anybody? I might lose you guys on this, but here we go. Listen, my girlfriend has eczema on her fingers, guys. Hear me out. Eczema on her fingers. That is a fantastic hand job, okay? What are you guys pulling back on me for? What? Listen, you're gonna hear why, alright? It feels good, and afterwards my dick is very exfoliated. That is good, girl, yeah. Some of you guys are pulling back on me. Don't do that, alright? You're pulling back. Don't do that unless you have eczema. In which case, go for it. Alright, strong closer. Thank you very much, guys. I'm proud of you. Keep over, Pat.
Amazing, guys. Amazing. And the next beat, I want to do a little calm response. That means I say something, you repeat it. Does that sound good? Okay, can I get an N? Can I get a B? Can I get a C? Guys, your next meet you see on NBC's Tonight Show, so make it nice and loud for Sean Donnelly, everybody!
Shit, give it up for Paola for hosting the show. Come on for Paola. Paola is 14 years old. This is part of a school project for Paola. And now you have me. I don't even look like I'm here to do stand-up. I look like I'm here to fix this microphone in the room. I look like I'm here to give you a quote on vinyl siding for your house. Don't cover your mouth. Let it out, lady. You look fucking great. It's good to see everybody. This is pretty cool. I'm a little bit hungover. You have your arms folded. Let's fucking do this. I just turned 47 years old, guys. 47 years old. Yeah. I look 63 fucking years old. What the fuck is happening to my face? I don't look like George Carlin's ghost. Why is that a thing? George Carlin was a comedian from about 30 years ago. This is how you know I'm old. I'm translating fucking references. Everybody thinks I'm Gen X. I'm actually not. I'm part of a micro generation. It's called Zennial. It's a mix between Gen X and Millennial. So what that means is I can have a TikTok account, but I also have to get a colonoscopy. So it's one very gross thing, and the other thing is a colonoscopy. I live Lower East Side now. I used to live in Brooklyn, but then I turned 40, and they kick you out of Brooklyn when you turn 40. BuzzFeed comes to your house. It's actually just a hipster with a giant scarf on a scooter, just scoots to your house, and rings the bell and goes, "You gotta go!" But I'll still do shows in Brooklyn, but I'm getting too old. I can't really relate anymore. And I did a show in Brooklyn recently, and walking out of the bar, I saw one of the most Brooklyn hipstery things I've ever seen in my life. I saw some girl FaceTiming her friend's cat for the first time. And the worst part about it was the girl's boyfriend was on the other side of the phone narrating what the cat would say during the FaceTime. So the girlfriend was like, "Hello, Mr. Whiskers. It's nice to finally meet you." And the boyfriend's behind the phone like, "I like snacks." And my first thought was, I'm a Republican. I'm a Republican. I'm making America great again by murdering these two fucking morons that are FaceTiming a feline on Flatbush Avenue. Relax on the side. The Republican part's supposed to be the joke part of that sentence. But half this crowd was like, this motherfucker was at January 6th, I'm pretty sure. This dude led a brigade into that building and probably won an award that day. I did. I won a MAGA Purple Heart, which is just a spot on the Joe Rogan podcast. You guys are cool. I know what's going on over here. What the fuck? We're going to make you guys battle it out after the show. The winner gets free drinks. I should have said that. You're going to take me seriously. Thank God I do comedy. Yes, I got like one smile out of this lady. And she's like, this fucking fat asshole is annoying to me. Well, I lost weight, so fuck you, okay? I did. I lost 60 pounds, everybody. I lost 60 pounds. Some of you are clapping. Some of you are like, no, you didn't, and that's fucked up. I did it with intermittent fasting. I thought I had diabetes, and I went to my doctor, and I go, I think I have diabetes. And he freaks out and takes a blood test right there in his office.
And then he calls me up 2 days later and he goes, I don't know how this is possible, but you're fine. Aren't you not allowed to say that? Isn't like a hippopotamus smoke you take as a doctor? Because I was trying everything. I went to a trainer at the gym, and after one of the workouts, so that was a really hard workout. And he goes, that was the stretching, hit the break. And you're in a Dick's Sporting Goods, so I'm telling you. And I was like, yeah, but I used your stair machine. And he's like, that's an escalator, and you should know that. You know what it is? Like, I think when you're a guy, like, and so most guys, about 45 years old, like, everything gives up, right? Like, I've been bald for a while. I did lose weight, and I'm still fat. That's how you know I'm old. You know what I mean? Like, everything kind of gives up with a guy at 45. But for some reason, your eyebrow hair is like, let's fucking do this! For some reason, your eyebrows are like a 12-year-old playing video games online. Like, let's go! And your ear hair is like, we're 3 days ahead of you, don't worry about it. I don't know what conspiracy my eyebrow hair and my ear hair have together. I think they really tried hard enough to create like a fucking Chia Pet situation on top of my head. Like a white Jerry curl type scenario. It'll be gross, whatever the fuck it is, I'll tell you right now. Hey, oh, hey. You guys are really fucking cool, except for these girls. Everyone else is really cool. I'm so sorry. Come here. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. You guys are gone. I wish I was Pete Davidson so you were enjoying yourselves. You seem very sweet. I'm so sorry I did that to you. What are you students? You are. What are you? She's not. She's out of high school. It was supposed to be a joke. It just came off really creepy. I'm like, she's out of high school, huh? I'm really sorry I did that. I'm so sorry. You know what I mean? I've been doing comedy a long time. I can't not talk to the audience. I can't not do it. And it's because I'm ADD. But I'm not like your generation ADD. Like, I'm not like newfangled ADD. Like, I'm not like this. I'm not like, I'm so ADD. I forgot my keys this morning. I'm so ADD. I'm like OG ADD. Like when they called it stupid. Like that kind of ADD. I'm like snort Ritalin, chase a squirrel around a tree kind of ADD. I like doing this job that you started, so that's good. I'm pretty good at this. I sucked at the job that I had. I was a doorman for a long time in New York. I got fired from being a doorman, which is a really hard thing to do. This is true. I got fired for leaving the door open. That's actually true. That's half the job. The other half is closing the door. I also worked at a Blockbuster for a long time, which is pretty much like saying you were a blacksmith at this point. When you tell people you worked at a Blockbuster, you might as well have said butter churner or something like that. I kind of wish I had a more badass job, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I look tougher than I actually am. And I met this guy the other day, he must have been like 75 years old, right? And he walks up to me, this is how he introduced himself. He walks up, he goes, Bill Thompson, construction, 35 years. That's how he introduced himself to me. You can only do that if you have a badass job and you've been there for a long time. And I can't walk up to you and go, Sean Dyer, Sunglass Hut, 9 weeks. I'm not the actual hut, the kiosk. In the middle of that guy can't take a Sunglass Hut joke. He just walked out. It's too edgy for that motherfucker. I'll do a joke about any store. I don't give a shit. I'm just like that. I don't care. It's my art. I don't know. I'm going to see. I live Lower East Side now. Me and my girlfriend and her son, and me and my girlfriend were in love, everybody. We're in love. Yes. And we live right next to Chinatown, and my girlfriend's son, he goes to a gifted and talented program in Chinatown, right? And the way I help out is I go pick him up from school, like, every day. And every day I go pick this kid from school, it's just me and 30 tiny Chinese ladies outside the school. And I'm 5'8", and I just fucking dominate picking this kid up from school. I'm LeBron James of picking this kid up from school. I'm setting up picks, I'm dunking on these bitches left and right. I sign the sign-out sheet first every fucking day. What? But we got kind of a weird text the other day from his teacher. His teacher texted my girlfriend and said, hey, everything's okay. He's not upset. He's not hurt. but Owen got bit in class today by another student. But she goes, but don't worry, there's an investigation underway. And I was like, they're 8 years old. Who's doing this investigation? It was just a 9-year-old in a trench coat with a cup of coffee, a cigarette dangling from his lips. He comes in, he's like, get my crime scene! The case haunts him for the rest of his life. 10 years later, he's 15 with shots of apple juice, thinking back, trying to figure out, just string and yarn everywhere. That's funny. That's a new joke. Thanks for laughing. I appreciate that. I'm sorry I picked on you. guys. Seem nervous as fuck. I'm really sorry that I did that to you. You guys together? You guys, are you a gay guy or a straight guy? What are you? Straight? It took a minute. That was sweet. You didn't get. You from a different country?
Germany.
Sure. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's why you wanted to be deliberate with your answers. That was good. You was Germany. Disco. Good. I'm thinking of the Simpsons. Hey, fun boys, get the room. That's what they're doing. Get mad. That's the most important part. If I ask the guy once in the crowd, I go, gay or straight? He goes, straight. Straight. Like Elon Musk style. Straight. It's like, I didn't ask if you were a Nazi. I asked if you were straight. That never happens the opposite. I never ask gay guys, straight or gay. They never go, gay. Definitely gay. They never pull out a glow stick like, gay. I kind of wish I was gay, I'll tell you why. Because guys who look like me that are gay, they're called bears. That's badass. That's like 9-year-old me's dream come true. When I was a kid, if you would have told me I was going to be a bear one day, I would have been like, yes! And you would have been like, wait, there's a couple more things I have to tell you. I would have been thinking about Goldilocks. I'm like, no Goldilocks. You can hang out with a bearded guy named Goldie Cox. Gay guys are awesome, I'll tell you what. They're so much more accepting of body types than straight people. They have a name for every different type of body type. They have bears, they have cubs, they have otters, they have twins, they have chipmunks. That's a gay magical forest. It's amazing. Every day, my ex-wife, but I want you to lose weight. I'm like, oh yeah? Well, my friend Ronaldo thinks I'm a bear. And she'd be like, all right, then go for Ronaldo. And then I go to Ronaldo, well, finally we can meet. And he's like, no, you need to lose weight. You guys are cool as shit. Enjoy the rest of the show. Right?
Keep it going for Sean yeah. You feeling good? Amazing, guys. For next week, you've seen him on The Marvelous Miss Maisel. I want to make it nice and loud for Jordan Carter!
Oh boy, yeah, nice to see you guys. You guys doing good? Friday night out doing a little drinking? Yeah, that's what I like to hear. We are drinking country, after all, right? We'll have any excuse to get together and get drunk in this country. Yeah, we're the only country that celebrates other countries' holidays. It's for the drinking, right? St. Patrick's Day, Cinco de Mayo, right? October. That's a good one. Yeah, not a lot of people know why Cinco de Mayo is a celebration. And that's because it probably should not be. Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with the history, but Mexico was at war with France, and they lost. They lost that war, but they won one battle. And that's why they celebrate Cinco de Mayo. To celebrate the one battle they won in a war they lost. That is the participation trophy of holidays. Oh, yeah. Talk about celebrating too early. You shouldn't celebrate that. That's like if the Japanese celebrated Pearl Harbor Day. Yeah, be real fucked up. But we would all enjoy half-price kamikazes. Am I right? Well, come on. Boom pie, everybody. Boom pie. All right, I'm glad you guys laughed at that joke. Never know how it's going to go, and I'm writing these alone in my apartment. So it's one of the downsides of living alone, really, is that there's nobody there to bounce the jokes off of to see if they're appropriate. Yeah, I can tell them to my plants, but they are fake plants. So Can't trust their reaction. Get home sunlight. It's like, God damn it, Ficus, you said that was funny. No more water for you, you wandering Jew. I don't know, I like living alone. Living alone's pretty great. Yeah. The only thing is it gets lonely. Like, I need to talk to people. So I had to start answering all my phone calls. Yeah, even the ones my phone tells me not to. Right? Sometimes it comes up, potential spam, potential friend. And as a byproduct, as it turns out, a lot of those guys have stopped calling me. I don't know. Yeah, because I get a little chatty. Yeah, and I don't really care what they got to talk about. I got my own shit to get off my chest. Yeah. I don't know what you were expecting, but you called me, so we're going to talk about what I need to talk about. Yeah, I don't have an extended warranty. I don't even have a car. I don't care how long you're trying to reach me. I'm just glad you got through. Nice talking to a person. Yeah, and if I can keep on the phone long enough, I turn it into like a reverse solicitation. Like, well, I got you on the phone. You want to sign up for my comedy email list? Most of those guys never call back, but I do have fans in Bangladesh now. So, I'm just going to focus on the positive. Did have some company last week. I had a friend of mine staying with me last week. My friend is a chef. I don't know if you've ever had a chef cook for you in your home. They will often make the most amazing food you'll ever eat, but they will use every utensil you own to make it. Yeah, every pot, every pan, every spatula, every spoon, and they get mad at you if you don't have all the shit they need. Yeah, my friend was like, hey, where do you keep your ramekins? I was like, my what? He's like, yeah, where do you keep your ramekins? I was like, oh, I don't think those are in season right now. Hard to find this time of year. He's like, no, you idiot, ramekins. Where do you keep your ramekins? I was like, oh, ramekins. Keep mine tied up in the basement. How do you keep these together? Yeah. Do you guys know what a ramekin is? Yeah, okay, because I didn't know. It's a small bowl. It's a small, specialized bowl. Yeah, I'm like, what makes you think I know where my ramekins are? I'm a single man in his 40s living alone. What makes you think I have ramekins and I know where they are? Yeah, did you check my walk-in freezer? Maybe they're behind my meat slicer. Dick. I don't do that. If I come stay with you, I don't do that. If I come stay with you, I walk into your house. I don't walk into your house like, hey, where do you keep your weed? Yeah, no, I don't do that because I brought my own weed. Yeah, I brought my own. Yeah. Guess what else I brought? I brought my own little bowl. For the weed. Yeah. Eventually, I may ask you where you keep your cookies. I will be high. I do smoke a lot of weed. Yeah. I think my neighbors hate me because of how much weed I smoke, but every time they come to my door to complain, they forget why. Pretty nice. Been spending time with my folks lately. My parents are getting up there. My parents just celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary. 50 years there, right? Such a long time. For some reason, people ask me if I know the secret to their marriage. I'm like, well, I had dinner with my dad on Valentine's Day because my mom wasn't talking to him. So, yeah, he doesn't know the secret either. That's pretty clear. Yeah, I don't know. It's good having that role models, though. I don't know if you know, I'm single. I don't know if you guys have been to the dating pool lately, but it reminds me of pretty much any other public pool. A lot of fun when I was younger. And now when I get there, I'm like, where the hell did all these kids come from? Why is that guy getting peed on? How much does that cost? I don't think I'm not as liquid as I'd like to be. Started noticing, though, earlier this year, I started getting more matches on my dating profile when I started showcasing my apartment. Yeah, so I guess I've gotten to that age now where people don't really care what you look like. It's what do you come with? What are the amenities? So I do have a nice apartment, I have a balcony. Yeah. I don't send pictures of the balcony ahead of time. Still want there to be some wow factor when she walks in. Yeah, I don't send unsolicited deck pics. That's what I'm saying.
And when you walk in my apartment, like, oh my God, Jordan, you have a huge deck. Jordan, I did not expect your deck to be this big. No, what I added to my dating profile is that I am a homeowner with central heating and air. Yeah, that's what did it. Yeah, some of you guys are here tonight because you don't. And listen, I'm ready. I'm ready. If that's what's trending, like I'm ready to change my dating profile into a real estate listing. I finally get off Tinder. Yeah, find me on Zillow. That's right. This spacious 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment is just steps from this good. My name is Jordan, guys. Happy Friday! See ya.
Keep it going for Jordan, everybody! Amazing, guys. You ready for your next topic? Amazing. Can I get a hell yeah? Guys, your next news for our TV show right now on the Amazon Prime. So give all your love and attention to Mickey Farrell, everybody!
Guys, how we doing? You all right? Happy to be here, guys. My name is Mickey Farrell, but I learned that's not how they say it at Aero Mexico. I was flying back from Mexico City 2 days ago. I'm in the airport, very tired, kind of hunched over. Nobody's ever happy in the airport, right? But then somebody came on the intercom and said, please come to the front. Mickey Farrell. I didn't even know she was talking about me, right? She had to say it again, Mickey Farrell. And I stood up to it because Mickey Farrell can be tired, but Mickey Farrell, he's starring in a new telenovela on Telemundo. It felt so dramatic, her voice. I made eye contact with her, I could feel like I was in the scene. I could feel the rain on my head just, oh, Mickey Farrell, have you come for me? Yes, I've been searching for you my whole life. I died and came back to life over this moment. And I start walking over to her, and she goes, oh, Mickey Farrell, it's really you. And I look at her name tag, I said, yes, it's me. And is it you, Isabella Maria Ana Garcia de la Fuera? But it's a telenovela, so there's a switch up. There's a moment of supreme drama. She goes, oh, Mickey Farrell, we must gate check your bag. And come back in next season to see if he finds his bag. Hell yeah, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Oh, it's great to be here, guys. I'm 30 years old. We got some people in our 30s here. All right, exciting, dude. I'm learning. I got a 10-year-old sister, okay? And she's reminding me of some of these tools that we had when we were children that we don't use anymore. Like, she reminded me how powerful mocking is. You guys remember mocking? I'll see her, I'll be like, oh, look who it is. She's like, oh, look who it is. Like, oh my God, I forgot about that, dude. Like, can we use that now? Like, can our boss be like, hey, you want that presentation at 3? He's so cathartic, right? Such a release. Some people are using it because I feel like that's what Trump and Elon were doing 2 weeks ago, to be honest. Elon's like, oh, you're a pedophile. And Trump's like, I know you are, but what am I? These tools, man, they're amazing. Dude, I'm going to tell you a little story. My 10-year-old sister called me 20 minutes ago, right before I got on stage. This is unvetted. You guys are the first people hearing this, okay? She called me 20 minutes ago. She goes, Mickey, I need you to be a protective older brother right now. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, this guy keeps calling me. I need you to be a protective older brother. He's calling right now. Can you just... And so she answers, and I go, hey, what? Stop calling my sister. I don't want you ever reaching out to my sister ever again. And she hangs up, and she starts giggling. And I go, who was that? She goes, it was my crush. Dude, did I just tell a 10-year-old boy not to fucking... I let Liam Neeson on a 10-year-old boy, dude. I have a particular set of skills. And... Dude. Anyway, I just thought that was very interesting how young it starts with you women. She's like, I really love him. Tell me to tell him. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. But I am a New Yorker, guys. I'm an Italian Jew from New York because that's where they make that. We got some people over there? You're Italian. We'll take anything we can get. Yeah? From Florida, dude. Yeah, I mean, that's the language. So loud, dude. So loud. We're not doing anything for the reputation of Florida by screaming right now. I mean, that is the life cycle of someone like me, born in Brooklyn and buried in Boca. So that's how it goes. But I was raised traditional Jewish, okay? Traditional Jewish, which means that I was raised by a nanny. Listen, they say it takes a village to raise a child. Not for Jews. Just takes one strong black Caribbean woman, actually. That's it. That's a fact. And that was my best friend growing up, man. She really saw me as a child. And I think any parents here, you know, a child always has to feel seen. So she was my best friend. She taught me so much. But she would teach me Caribbean things, and I was doing Jewish stuff, which is very weird. Like, she taught me how to dance like a Caribbean, but I was going to bar mitzvahs. I remember I was 13. She goes, okay, I'm going to teach you to dance for the ladies, all right? It's a Caribbean dance called whining, 3 steps. Okay, first we just get low, and then we go back and forth like so. Back and forth like so, yeah? And you like turn the butter. And then last you grab a mango from the tree. I don't know if y'all know Jews, not how they dance. Just very autistic, very Elon Musk-y Jews when they dance, dude. Florida, shut up, dude. We love them down in Florida, they're so great. We know who you voted for, okay. I'm just kidding. But my mom and Marlene, that was... Look at me trying to get back on track, dude. She's still in my head right now, dude. She's still in my fucking belly, dude. Oh my god, dude. She's waving. Why do I feel like I'm having PTSD from you right now? What do you do, man? Don't stand up. Don't. Your friend. Is this your friend? She's giving you terrible advice. I shouldn't talk. Well, thank you for that. At least that's redeeming. I should have never said anything to you. I should need to finish the show, dude. I dated one of you before and it didn't work out well. I do have a beautiful girlfriend now. She's from England. We got anyone from the UK here? No one from England? Dude, you date one of these people, their accents make you feel stupid every single day. Every day, dude. When she tells me she loves me, it's the most beautiful thing in the world. She'll go, I love you so much, honey. From the bottom of my heart. It's gorgeous. When I tell my girlfriend I love her, I feel like Forrest Gump. I might not be a smart man, but I know what love is. That's how I feel, you know? And in the bedroom, it is so proper, it's actually uncomfortable. This is what she'll say. She'll be like, take down your trousers. Like, let's play with your balls. Like, I think that's an HR violation. I don't know how to do that. And I will say, there's a lot of beautiful couples here. And, like, you love her so much, right? Definitely. But no matter how much you love her, no matter how much you love anyone, there's one thing that they do that you fucking hate. Would you agree with that? No! Fucking smart man, dude. Give it up for this dude. He's sitting there like, with whatever language he speaks natively, like, I think this is a trap. I don't know what to say. For me, dude, the thing I hate the most about my girlfriend is she can never stay awake during a fucking movie. Make some noise if that's you in the relationship. She's pointing very hard at you. You know sometimes he hopes you don't wake up, right? Like, we want to watch a movie with someone. It's important time, you know? It's bonding. Like, dude, my girl could be 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday. She could have done 4 lines of cocaine. Be standing up straight, just screaming, like, you want to watch TV? Like, oh, chill, here's the remote. She'd be like, okay. Guys, my name is Mickey Farrell. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, guys in our shows, you have a good time at Comedy Village? Amazing, guys. Listen, we have bathrooms downstairs. We have another show coming up, so do me a favor, go pee downstairs. Also, this is a new club, okay? This is 9 months old, 9-month-old club. Which means it was a fetus in the womb, and you coming out my vagina right now. So let's raise this baby right. There's a 5-star review on Google and say Paolo was an amazing host. You guys gonna dig Paolo?